Hi 2W, I thought I'd read for you Fearless in Love. This book is part of the Fearless series. I think we've read that first one before, maybe one in our Zoom session one time. But this one is called Fearless in Love. Oh, how sweet. Fearless was not a complicated dog. Because he had 9 brothers and sisters, his mother had been far too busy to tell him anything much about the big wide world, except that it was big and wide. Oh, there's so much going on. Mum's got a handful there. Fearless knew that must be true because his mother was big and wide, and she was his whole world. That sounds a bit like Mr. Weir. The only other thing he could remember her telling him was, "Life is much nicer if you love everyone." I can do that, Fearless thought. And when he went to live with his new family, there he is, there's his new family. Oh no, there's his footprints going through the house. There was so much to love. Fearless hardly knew where to start. First of all, he loved his bed. He loved it so much that he ate it. Oh, Fearless, you're not meant to do that. Next, he loved his new mum's big orange jumper. He snuggled up to it, and even when it got a bit chewed and covered in puppy dribble, it still tasted lovely. Oh no, he's going to get into trouble, I think. There were just so many things to love. There were his dad's socks and his mum's slippers. Uh-oh. There was the big boy's homework book. That was very difficult to love, and if it hadn't been for the big girl's lip gloss to make it taste better, Fearless might not have been able to swallow it all. Silly Fearless. So funny. But everything the baby had was absolutely delicious. There were wet crusts and dry biscuits, very full nappies, oh yuck, and a constant stream of dribbly stuff that seemed to leak out of everywhere. Oh no. Loving everyone might make life nicer, Fearless thought, but it's exhausting and it makes you fat. There were times when Fearless wondered if he had been listening properly when his mother had told him to love everything. His family seemed to get quite cross with him sometimes. Oh no, he's loved the family photo album and he's ripped it to shreds. He's loved all sorts of things. Mobile phones, pot plants, teddy bears, they're all upset with Fearless. In fact, when he ate the lottery tickets, his family got very cross, so cross that they locked him outside until it was past dinner. Poor Fearless. He doesn't understand, does he? Loving everyone was not as easy as Fearless had thought it was going to be, especially when it started to rain. Oh. He sat up against the fence under a big tree and got damp. Maybe, he thought, it would be better if I just loved some things. A worm crawled over his foot and Fearless knew he would never love that. He would never love the lawnmower or the vacuum cleaner because they were always shouting at him. And Mrs. Jones' big black handbag just seemed to hate him. He could tell from the way it looked at him. Life is a lot more complicated than I thought, Fearless said. Well, duh, said a sparrow sitting above him. I hate birds, Fearless thought, and handbags, and medicine, and the vacuum cleaner, and ants, and when he had finished thinking about the things he didn't love, it stopped raining and the sun came out, and Fearless felt much better balanced. He realized that there are some things you love and some things you don't, and in between there are most things. Sometimes it was difficult deciding which was which. After all, he loved the the vet very much indeed, but he didn't love the medicine she gave him. And as Fearless sat under the tree thinking about how confusing life could be, his bottom began to sink into the ground. Oh no, he's sinking. Must be all the rain washing the garden away, he thought as he climbed out of the hole that was about to swallow him. But it wasn't. There was something digging the hole. Something from the garden next door. Fearless hid behind the tree trunk just in case it was another handbag. It wasn't. The thing that climbed out of the hole was him. Except it wasn't. It just looked exactly like him. "Hello," it said. "I'm Primrose." That was the moment that Fearless discovered at last exactly what real, proper, true love was. It was called Primrose. Oh, how sweet. That's the time they fell in love. How beautiful. Fearless in love. I hope you enjoyed that story, 2W. Have a wonderful day, and I think I've got another Fearless book that I'll read tomorrow. Have a great day. Mr. Wee out.